Hey, it's Jamie Wild, and today's topic is going to be: should violent video games be banned? Video game industries were but as small-time media back in the day, but nowadays the gaming industry has become one of the most profitable businesses of our time. In 1992, one of the first games to be really controversial was Mortal Kombat. This game was so controversial that it was the reason that the first ESRB ratings were brought out. In recent times, the gaming industry has been under attack from citizens and politicians. Violent video games such as Call of Duty have said to be the cause behind such events as the Sandy Hook massacre. A response to these accusations are the fact that violence has been around since the beginning of time, whereas video games quite obviously haven't. Video games supposedly make our children act more like cavemen than actual proper members of society, but if you look at that actual statement, you'll quite obviously see that cavemen didn't have video games, and they were the most violent people in the history of time. I'm not saying there isn't a connection between video games and violence. Violent people do tend to play violent video games, but not everyone that plays violent video games is going to become violent. For example, someone that goes and beats up children. Of course, a horrible thing what they're doing. They may be playing sort of a Grand Theft Auto sort of game where that sort of thing is allowed. But not everyone that plays that Grand Theft Auto game is going to go out and start punching children. I play video games all the time and I don't beat children. Usually. In many cases, it's not actually the fault of the developer, it's actually the parent's fault. If a parent sees a game called Manhunt 2, where the picture is a man holding a chainsaw with a quote saying "death to all humans" and giving it to his 12-year-old niece, then it's pretty clear that it's not the developer's fault, it's in fact the parent's fault. Another argument for the case of banning violent video games is that players may become less emotional towards real-world tragedies. And of course there is the indisputable argument that people playing video games could be doing other things such as working or going outside and exercising. Of course, the response to this comment would be that it's not only violent video games that keep people inside all day, and hours can be spent on such games as Candy Crush or FIFA. In conclusion, of course there is a connection between violent people and violent video games, but not everyone that does play those games becomes a violent person, and to actually ban them would be a very unwise move. If they are to start banning violent video games for having such violent themes, then they might as well be banning most of the TV programs out at the moment, movies and even books in some cases. Thank you for watching my video. I think it's pretty obvious which side I support in this argument. Please like the video, and here are some deleted scenes for you. Video games. But that is no What's this comment? Would be that other games such as Candy Crush or FIFA can keep from being played or being and that's what's going to start the violence when these children are, oh fuck's sake, I'll do it now, you're hearing it. Could be doing other things such as studying for work or no, stupid piece of shit. On a final... Oh.